Church here with Rest and Rec. Today's video is going to be on mask skills. If you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more content just like it. Okay, so first let's talk about the mask itself. Today I'm working with the Mares One Vision. So the mask has a few components to it. We have the frame, the lens, and the silicone skirt that goes around it. We also have the strap and the strap protector. Now, this component is a separate component, but this is where your mask is going to spend the majority of its life. When not in use, your mask needs to stay in a hard container in order to keep the mask itself from getting bent out of shape. The skirt is made of silicone and it will develop a memory if it stays mashed inside of a container that it's not meant to be in. You also want to keep it out of direct sunlight and keep it out of warm spots. The silicone can melt. If the silicone melts, you will not keep a good seal around your face. Alright, so let's talk about how I keep my mask. So when not in use or in storage, I keep mine in the box it comes in. This is the Mares Ray. On the inside, I have my defog. I'm going to set my box aside. I love 500 PSI because the little containers they come in, you can rep your local dive shop and it fits perfectly on the inside of the mask. That way the mask and the defog are never separate. Now with the defog, a lot of people like to upend this thing and just pour it in here. You don't need much. It's like sunscreen. You just want the coat. Like anything more than that thin layer that goes over the top doesn't provide any extra protection. So what I do is whenever I'm about to put in my defog, it doesn't take much, only about a pea-sized drop per lens. All right, so there's one. And there's two. Just a thin layer. All right, so your mask has been defogged. Now, a lot of people spit in their masks. I don't find that very flattering and get some mixed results. It's better than nothing. Also, I feel like this should go without say, but make sure your finger, the finger you're using to smear the defog, is not sandy. You can scuff up the inside of your lens. So let's talk about proper donning. Now, we were all taught the proper method where you use one hand, place the mask to your face, and with the opposite hand, rotate the mask strap to the back side. Now, let me add a few of my personal pointers. Before you place the mask to your face, make sure that you wince. Why do this? So, whenever you're underwater, the silicone seal, what keeps the water out and the air in, is entirely dependent on how much your face stays static. If the skin is moving around up against the silicone, it's going to lose its seal. And there's a lot of things that can make you wince. In my opinion, it's better to have more skin on the inside of the mask than on the outside. If you wince underwater and your mask doesn't have that flexibility, you will experience leaks. So, wince, place the mask to the face, and then do a pressure check. If the mask is fitting properly and has a good seal, you should be able to inhale, and the mask stays in place. So, wince, pressure check, rotate the mask strap around the back side of the head. Now, if your mask is leaking, if you feel any air coming in around the side of the skirt, you either have a mask that doesn't fit or something's damaged the skirt and it no longer has a good seal. That's the reason why I recommend everyone have a backup mask as part of their Save a Dive kit. Now let's talk about strap protectors. I like having a strap protector because it does two things. One, aesthetics, it shows off your rating, or you can rep your local dive shop, and it also keeps the silicone strap from entangling in your hair. Well, for those of us who actually have hair. All right, moving right along. Wince, place, pressure, strap. Okay, mask tightness. There's a sweet spot here. Now, obviously you don't want this thing so loose where it's going to come off your head whenever you do your large stride into the water. Or if you're turning your head very quickly, this strap can come loose. Now, on the opposite end of that, you have newbie divers that want to cinch this thing down just as tight as they can get it.
Yes, you are tight like a tiger.
The problem is whenever you over tighten these straps, you have the silicone skirt starts to bend and fold over itself, which causes you to either lose your seal or have a weaker seal than you normally would have if it was properly seated. The goal here is to properly tighten it.
Wince, on, switch. See, right now it's too loose. Slowly tighten on each side. And that is the properly fitted strap.
Now let's talk about equalization. Just like your eardrums and your sinuses, you have to equalize the air pressure that's in behind your mask. Have you ever gone down underwater, going, equalizing, but it just feels like your mask is just caving in and your eyes is pressing up and you can't see and it's killing it? All you have to do is gently exhale through your nose and your mask will equalize. It's that easy. But a lot of people forget to do this. Now let's talk about whenever the mask isn't in use.
Now, masks are excellent underwater. Masks are terrible on the surface. So if you're on a boat or you're wading towards a dive spot, most commonly people want to do this. Sunglasses, do-rags, goggles. This is a very natural position, but you do not want to have your mask like this. A wave comes, you trip and fall, anything can take that mask right off your head. When the mask is not in use, I recommend move the strap down and then move the mask down around your neck. This is a much more secure resting position for the mask. It keeps it where if there's any turbulence on the boat or if a wave hits you, you won't lose your expensive mask and terminate your dive. Now, the most important thing, if you take away nothing else, is experience. The only way that you're gonna get better at being a scuba diver is by scuba diving. If something scares you, if you're scared to flood your mask, practice it. Get to a controlled environment, get to the shallow end of a pool, and just go through your skills. Every time you do it, every time you rehearse it, you build more confidence. You get better as a scuba diver. Now, let's go scuba diving. Fins on. Mask in position. Now after every dive, you want to make sure that you rinse off all of your equipment with fresh, clean water. That includes your mask. Defog will bunch up here in the corners and you want to make sure that you get that out. And if you're rocking a mask strap protector, make sure that this gets rinsed and make sure that it's completely dry before you pack it away to prevent mildew. Anyway, I hope this video helped. And if you have any more questions, feel free to message me directly or leave it in the comments. Until next time, church out.